Hello, Zemalf here and welcome back to Beginner's Guide to Dwarf Fortress, a tutorial series where I'm building an example fortress showing how to build a fortress, how to help the dwarves survive. In the previous part I went through my migrants in Dwarf Therapist, and before that I furnished my bedrooms and did some other miscellaneous things. And this time, since I got myself a weaver from the migrants, I'll be looking into making clothes. So let's begin with that. The thread, you can get thread from silk, silk that you can collect from the spider webs. We are quite far from that yet, but you can find silk in the caverns, for example. But usually you get thread from pigtails by processing plants in farmer's workshop. This processes pigtails into thread. We can see some thread probably here in this generic stockpile. Let's see if I have a cloth bin here. I will move the cloth stockpile while at it. Well, I'm not even going to look, I'm just going to build it. So, cloth. To create cloth you need a loom. In loom the threads are weaved into cloth. So let's build workshops as in W and then build a loom with O. I will put it here, make it out of obsidian, and I will also create a clothier's shop with K, and let's put that one there. And then for the first actually from my generic stockpile I will disable cloth. Not that one, but disable them all. There we go. And then I will come here, create a cloth stockpile. Stockpiles P, H for cloth. I will create here a big stockpile for cloth. This will have both the thread and cloth. And then another stockpile, B, H for cloth. I will create it around the loom, and another one around the clothier's workshop. Then with Q, this stockpile around the loom, go to the cloth and disable or forbid all cloth, leaving only thread here. And here I will change settings in the same way, go here again and disable thread, so only cloth will be here. And then this stockpile will take from this big stockpile, and the same way for the stockpile of the thread, take from this big one. So now this big stockpile will be full of cloth, but at any moment if these stockpiles are empty from thread or cloth, dwarves will fill these workshop stockpiles from this big one. The third component to the clothing industry, somewhat optional, is dyeing either thread or cloth. So I will create build workshop and dyer's shop with D. The same way I will put it here. Create it out of obsidian. Am I out of stone again? No, that's a barrel. Never mind. Dyer's workshop requires a barrel. Okay, let's get that one. It also requires a bucket, so let's get that one. It doesn't require any materials. My bad. I thought I was out of stone again. You can either dye thread or you can dye cloth. And then with orders O and workshop orders big W or capital W, you can have a settings to with D to only use dyed cloth. and but I will use all. Or you can the loom will have by default automatically or will weave all thread into cloth, but you can have no auto loom so that you give the orders yourself, or you can only auto loom dyed thread, so you will take care that the threads are dyed first, and then they will be auto loomed. The dyed or colored cloth is more valuable, and well, and it'll be colored instead of just color of the materials. But for now I will just auto loom all thread, and I will use any cloth. You can get dyes from the dimple cups that I am farming during the winter here, or you can trade dyes from the traders, especially the Elven caravan has some nice colors. If I would be dyeing the cloth, I would change these settings a bit, or actually put the dyer's workshop here right next to this stockpile. I more or less built that just for example's sake. But with that, I will unpause, and this will be built by a weaver, and this one will be built by a clothesmaker, which is the same guy. And since I have those threads, I think the dwarves will start moving the threads into these stockpiles. Am I right? Am I right? Yes. Well, first, okay, there's some thread in bin. There's an empty bin. More threads coming into the loom. The dyer's shop was done, and the clothmaker is first making, or actually I have a weaver who I also assigned clothesmaking, just to give an example from in here. So now we will see that as soon as that loom is done, built by the weaver, because I have in those orders, capital W, I have the auto loom on, and I have some thread. There will be an automatic order soon in the loom to weave cloth from plant thread. Actually, it might be that, okay, there it goes. These I didn't put these immediately appeared here. I had some silk thread as well, because I brought some with me. So there comes the weaver. He starts weaving the thread into cloth, and this migrant I got is actually great weaver, so he'll be relatively fast with it as well. So now one piece of clothing was taken here. He already did couple of them. So now I have cloth. So what will we do from that cloth? Let's queue up an order in Clothier's workshop and add and create from cloth. And I want to create bags. When you're starting out clothing, you want to create bags. You need bags for various things. Especially if you are doing farming, like I'm doing here in the tutorial fortress, you will eventually get quarry bushes, and quarry bushes needs to be processed into bags in the farmer's workshop, producing quarry bush leaves and get the rocknut seeds again out of them. So I want to create bags. You will also collect sand into the bags, and gypsum plaster, which is used in the hospitals, is placed in bags, just to give an example. So let's create a cloth bag. And we get our first strange mood. Okay, I didn't prepare for this. Strange mood is something that the dwarves kind of well, go into this kind of a state of being slightly mad, and then they have the urge to create something. And depending a bit on what kind of strange mood that is, they might even gain legendary skill in that labor or skill they choose to do. this fellow was possessed, so he won't be gaining any skill, but he will go and claim a workshop if there is such, and if the strange mood is not fulfilled, like the dwarf doesn't get the chance to create what he wants to create, he will go mad, and in the worst case he will go raving mad and start killing people in the fortress. So there are many things that go into here. Let's see if it's this guy. Yeah. Okay, this was my stone crafter, or is my stone crafter. The what labor or what item they create is based on their skills. This fellow has skill in stone crafting, so he will definitely go and claim that crafts dwarf workshop. And I'm hoping I have all the things he requires, but we'll see. For example, if he had a high skill in mason, highest skill in mason, he would go and claim the mason's workshop. But if you want more details on that, look for the moodable skills in the Dwarf Fortress wiki for details. Okay, so let's see. When I unpause, this fellow who was now possessed will go and look for a workshop to claim, and he claims the crafts dwarf workshop. If a dwarf who hasn't been taken by mood doesn't move anywhere, then that means that you are missing a workshop that the dwarf requires for the mood. And now, when I unpause, the dwarf, if items exist that he needs, he will go and collect them. If the items are not there, available here, he will stay in the workshop, and depending on the strange mood, you will get these kind of a strange clues on what he might be looking for. So let's unpause and see what happens. If I can't fulfill this strange mood, I might need to wall this fellow off and remove some of these things here and build walls around him, because I don't want him to go crazy and go kill all my dwarves. But let's see. He goes and collects something. Goes and collects some more. Collects some more. And now he's staying there. Okay, this is good for the tutorial, but might be bad news otherwise. Let's go with Q and look into this workshop. We can see that it's been claimed by this dwarf, and we can see that here he mutters in his madness that he needs stone rock, he needs bars metal, stone rock, bars metal. So he needs basically just rock and metals. Now this is quite interesting. So I will first with T I can look into the workshop. So I see that he has collected obsidian. And the other thing there in the clue was that he requires some metal. So I will, well, first of all, I will just in case check this dwarf with V and status Z, and then thoughts and preferences. I see that he likes limestone, he likes nickel and silver. So if I get some silver bars, he's quite likely to go for that, but this is not always the case. He might just be looking for, say, iron or something. But they sometimes prefer the materials they like. But anyway, I think any metal bar will do. But I kind of remember that I already smelted something. Let's see. Let's go here and look. There's charcoal, there's charcoal, there's charcoal. I didn't smelt anything. Okay, well, the good thing is that I have galena, which might produce silver. It has a 50% chance. So let's smelt some galena. I need the charcoal to fuel it for now, because I haven't found any other sources of fuel. So I think I did have a furnace operator. There he comes and starts melting. He gets the iron ore and then gets the charcoal or the fuel and starts melting. And with galena, that will produce lead bar and then has a chance to produce silver bar. And I'm hoping either the lead bar or silver bar will be what my crafts dwarf is looking for. And now that I see that reindeer, they are just jumping to totally other thing. I want that reindeer to be taken outside. So pen and pastures, and assign the reindeer pool here. So because if that reindeer stays inside, he will die of hunger. Okay, exciting times with smelting ore. Let's see if the smelter gets some silver out from that, and if the strange mood fellow accepts the gift of silver or lead. Yes! Woohoo! Nice one! Okay, let's take a look at T. And he took a lead bar. So he was probably looking for any metal bar. Because of this, because of the strange moods, it is good to in the fortress to keep a little supply of everything. Like not use all the metal bars and ores into creating items. Have some gems that are uncut. Have some gems that are cut and not use all of them for decorating and stuff. So that there are items for the strange mood dwarves to do something. But now this dwarf has started the mysterious construction, so the danger of this dwarf going mad is now gone. But that's how you do it. If he stays still in the workshop, you will need to see what he's asking for. And in possession, that was kind of a clear that get rock, get metal bars. But in some cases those are so cryptic that it's very hard to figure it out. But you need to look at what items you have and what you are missing. For example, if someone would have wanted some leather, I don't have any in my fortress, so I probably could have figured it out and try to maybe butcher one of my animals or something. But now he's creating that, and when that is done, that will be an artifact. And artifacts are valuable, and they also need to be protected. I don't want my artifacts to be stolen. So I will do a little special thing here. Just as a temporary solution, I will create kind of a vault here. That'll probably be finished goods. This is somewhat optional, but I don't want my artifacts to be lost. So in here I will choose from the total quality, forbid everything else but artifacts, and the same thing for the core quality. So do it like that. I will do the same thing for furniture. This is, as said, this is somewhat optional, but I sometimes do this. And also it's kind of a nice for role play too. You kind of expect that dwarves would have a very secure vault, right? For the most valuable items. So taking the artifacts here. While I'm creating a stockpile, I will also create it for the weapons, and then I can weapons and armor, and I can then later add on to this stockpile. I think also there can be some artifact bolts, for example, or stuff like that. So now this only has the artifact, and I will go into my main level, and in here from the weapons and armor, take artifact off this stockpile. Same for the weapons. Same thing for the furniture. Leaving everything else. And for the finished goods stockpile. As said, this is optional, because if you start doing this, you will need to always remember to disable artifacts from the other stockpiles than the vault one. And of course you might want to make that vault a better one, have it a longer corridor, place some guard dogs there, maybe even some traps there. And as said, that is somewhat optional, but if an artifact was here straight in the front door, a thief would somehow make it through. The thief would steal the artifacts, and if artifact is lost, the dwarf who created that will get unhappy thoughts from that. Well, I remember I just noticed I don't have any mechanisms, so I will put my mechanic into doing that. And for some reason I got a notification that there are no processable plants. Let's look at the stocks. I do have some plants. What are you talking about? Yeah, someone was probably moving the barrel that those items were in, so no worries there. I have plenty of drinks, I have plenty of prepared meals, so nothing to worry about. You can see here justice. That's because my fortress has grown a bit larger. That is something I will look into later, assigning a sheriff, building jails and things like that. Just you probably noticed it there and then wondered what it's about. And but for now, I will let the game run. And I think the bag has been created. Yeah, probably so. That strange mood kinda interrupted that one. But the weaver is processing through all this thread. It is automatically assigned here in the loom, and then I can create items from that cloth if I want to. But these are actually very high quality cloth, because of the weaver is so skilled. But I won't be creating that many clothes, because I just gave this master weaver the clothier's labor so that I could show it. He's not skilled in it, so I will wait until I get better clothier, hopefully, before I do that. Okay, I will need to make sure my miners. Okay, I will need to temporarily. Again, this is the kind of main idea of this video was there. The clothes as a bonus, a strange mood, and now I will continue with the gameplay. Because I want to have everything in this Let's Play as uncut, so that you can see everything I do. I'm removing designations here because I want to make sure that my miners get into digging into the safe trade depot, and now there they go, because it's only maybe 2 or 3 weeks until the caravan arrives, and I want this to be done. Those job cancellations most likely happen. Well, actually, the barrel order. I still have some sweet parts, so I will need to see how that goes. They are cancelling because someone is temporarily picking up the barrel where those items are, like there. He was actually collecting into this barrel something else, and that was then not available. Since I did create that bag, I might want to take some bags close to my farmer's workshop, and also maybe some barrels there as well, because he's processing them into barrels. But I won't do that. I will just keep an eye now on my safe trade depot. Okay, so that is done. Before I forget and explain that, I will assign these rooms to be dug out again. Using the shift to create this kind of a handy rooms. Expanding the workshop levels, expanding storage room above and under them. Okay, but let's look at this safe trade depot now that it's completely done. I've said this before, but just now when it's actually completed. So outside there's a freeway path into the trade depot, and the caravan will come down this ramp, go into the trade depot and start unloading goods. All the while the bridge into and from the fortress is closed, or the bridge is raised, so nothing gets in and nothing gets out. The caravan traders get here. When they are all in, I will raise this bridge and close the way from outside in, because there's this mini moat here. And then I will open or lower the bridge inside, letting my dwarves to carry items for trading. And then they will trade, my dwarves will leave, and when the traders are ready to leave, I will raise this bridge again, and then lower this one, letting the traders leave. This way, at any moment, or there is no moment when the way into the fortress is completely open. And I'm controlling these bridges with levers here next to my dining room, and if I press capital N for the nodes, I left myself nodes here: depot outside access, depot inside access, and then I have my main drawbridge at the entrance. So pulling those levers, I can control who gets in and who gets out of my trade depot. And that reminds me, I can remove this one. And now, if I press capital D, I can see that one of two depots is accessible, so this one. So there's a freeway path without any traps all the way outside, and there's not too many trees, so there is somewhere a freeway path into this. So that is a successfully built safe trade depot where the caravan will arrive. This is the last month already, I think after 2 or 3 weeks, before this month ends anyway. So that is all good. I have created some stone crafts for trading. Unfortunately the mood kinda interrupted that. But yeah, to continue with this, I will before I forget it, I will build a stockpile for bags and barrels here next to the farmer's workshop as well. So let's make a small one for barrels and then a small one for bags. In the furniture, oh, wait a minute, this is the finished goods. Total brain freeze. Okay, enable video types, not sandbags, boxes and bags. Oh, okay. I will need to see if this actually takes in the... What are boxes? Well, that I will do anyway. There used to be that sandbags was a similar order as the prepared food, but now it's a standalone. So okay, that is that. So boxes and bags there. And then here forbid types, and get some barrels in here. I guess the large pots are good for that as well. Let's just make it barrels, and let's make this one take from this one below as well. So both the kitchen stockpile and this farmer's workshop are now taking from this barrel stockpile. And those large pots and such can be crafted from stone and also from metal, but from stone in the crafts dwarf shop. Let's see if those bags are actually taken there. Do I have... Oh right, I need to disable it from here, of course. My bad. Boxes and bags, which enter. So now please move the empty bags there. And Craftsdwarf has created Vukriktathur, an obsidian amulet. Great job, and I will take a look at that in just a moment, but I want to see if the bags are carried there. Where did you take the... Alright. Okay, the coffers are included in that. And those ones with the gypsum plaster. Yeah, I remember this was a problematic one. This was a problematic one. You don't get to really control that you get empty bags. Or only the empty bags. And I do need to place those coffers into the bedrooms. You do get the empty bags here as well, but you also get the ones with the gypsum plaster that are used in the hospital, but you also get the chests. Now that is unfortunate. Yeah, boxes and bags. Okay. Too bad. Let's take care of the boxes and place them somewhere. So I will furnish my bedroom some further. Build H. And place those coffers here. And do I have some doors? Yes, I do. Plenty of doors. More bedrooms for my dwarves. And as you can see, door can be, doesn't have to be in a straight line, it can be in a corner. Still very much functioning. Very much functioning door. Do I have some additional beds? Yes, I do. And needs a bed. Additional doors. I will need to build more. As your fortress grows, it's a bigger and bigger task to keep the place furnished with building all these things. Let's go to unit list. I have some cabinets, coffers being built. Some beds are being built. Okay, so I do need doors. Let's make 20 doors. And yeah, the back stockpile is not optimal because it does take those gypsum plasters as well. So I will need to look at that. But apart from that, it is now there, and since I do have some quarry bushes, I can start processing into bags. Let's make that 5. And to cave wheat, I can either brew that or I can mill it. And for milling, I will do that at some later stage. Just mentioning, from the workshops, I need to create a quern or millstone. Quern is the tool that is used manually by the dwarf, and then millstone requires some sort of a power from a windmill, for example. But I will be showing that a bit later. I will at some moment build a quern, and that needs to be created in the mason's workshop. So let's actually put that there. Rock quern, I only need 1. Okay, and building that will be next time, when we also very likely get the trade caravan and diplomat from the mountain homes. Thanks for watching this one. Oh, sorry, looking at the artifact, almost forgot. Yeah, this is where we created loom, created cloth, created some items from the cloth, namely the bags. We got strange mood, where our stone crafter created an artifact. And with L, I can look at this artifact, and its value is 16,800. And with description, I can see that this is an obsidian amulet. All crafts dwarf ship is of the highest quality. It is encircled with bands of round obsidian kabakons. This object menaces with spikes of obsidian. On the items is an image of giant coyote in obsidian. On the item is an image of Limul scorch-traced dwarf and dwarves in lead. Limul Scorchhead is surrounded by the dwarves. The artwork relates to the ascension of the dwarf Limul Scorch-traded to the position of king of the Green Lancers in year 1. So here the dwarves, through art, look into their history, and this is the first event of our civilization, the Green Lancers, and now it's kind of written in stone, or actually written in lead, right? Yes, drawn in lead, that event, and the artifact should be safely in my vault. There it is, Vukriktathur. Nice. Okay, there we go. Now everything has been taken care of, and I'll see you next time when we very likely get that caravan and move on from there. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.